Alright, first and foremost, I want to give all the honours, the praises, and the glory belongs to my Lord and Savior, whose name is Yahweh by Hasham, Yahabashai, Bahasham, Mahavakar Kodash. Name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh. His Son's name is Yahabashai, and who I reverence and honours to the apostles that are in the Holy Spirit, and to the hopeful elect across the globe, and to the few, very few brothers and sisters listening and also learning in the hopes of being saved within these last days, right? And we're gonna flow with the Spirit. There's some real demonic stuff going on. But don't panic. If Yahushua is on your side, then who can be against you? If Yahushua is for you, who can be against you? Have you ever thought about it this way? Those that are not on the side of Yahushua, they're on the side of darkness. So when we talk about darkness, that's associated with Satan, right? And the prince of darkness. And you know, there's certain communities. We're going to let the scriptures come out. There's certain communities where are run by Masons, right? Or certain families. Listen to what I'm saying. Or certain families that believe in the occult, right? Okay. And there's particular structures within, not all communities, certain communities, right? And when you go into that word cult, what is a cult? Cults are what? Communities. First, what does that word cult mean? From Latin cultus, which means care, labor, culture, reverence. So really that word cult means to cultivate, right? So within this truth, we become, what's supposed to become cultivated. Now, cults today are communities that adorate a person, right? Just like Masonry, what do they adorate? Each other, right? Because you have higher level Masons, lower level Masons, right? So, they adorate a person or object, while some have the ability to manipulate. So, if it's a person or object, so what's that? It all leads back to idolatry. It all leads back to idolatry. Okay? That's what it is. So most of these people, yes, they're into the occultism. And what is occultism? Goes back to idolism. Right? So these are idolaters. They're worshipping demons. Yes, they're a part of the occult. Your everyday person that you walk past is a Satanist. Just put it that way. Alright? Led by a so-called charismatic leader. So going back to what I was saying, in particular towns, communities, you have this one so-called charismatic leader. He might not even be charismatic. He just might be a flipping narcissist, right? Who has a set of beliefs. And this individual would be the warlock of the community. Okay? You never know. You might be living next door to one. You never know. Right? But this is what the principles within this society is: Masonic principles, occultic principles. But then when you tie that in with the scripture, it's Satanism. And what does occultist mean? Hidden from view. Right? And they do hold supernatural beliefs, because what Satan's dealing with them, the devil's in their ears telling them what to do. And 9 times out of 10, it ain't nothing good. And they have a connection with worldly agencies. Let me slow down. And they have a connection with worldly agencies. So yeah, they do have connections, because it's the occult. And when you're part of the occult, you have connections. Right? You may have a big family that are part of that. And because you have a big family, you know a few people. But the Lord don't care how big your family is. The Lord don't care who you know. Because he could take you out at a click of a finger. Yeah, I wish I can do that. Magic, astrology. So these are all the things they deal with. Right? They deal with esoteric knowledge. Go to Ephesians 6, and I know I bring this out so much, but I want to keep on bringing it out. Ephesians 6 and 10. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord, Yahushua, and the power of his might. Well, we have no choice but to be strong. Right? Because oh, you're so spiritual now. A lot of individuals now are starting to show their hand. A lot of individuals starting to show their hand. All right? Yeah, bro, you have Nate, bro. You may even have. I'm just throwing it out there, because they say in war you don't really give your enemy away, because once your enemy knows you're onto him, he starts acting shifty. But you may have neighbors. I'm not gonna say neighbor, neighbors that are a family, yeah, organization, and a part of a cult, because you also have cult families that run communities, right? That know people in higher places that are corrupt, right? Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and the power of his might. And that's another thing. Yeah, I pick up on energy. There's a lot of things I pick up on, you know? And you got to ask yourself, if you're in your own so-called community, right? If people are trying to stop you from teaching and following you in your own community, you need to ask yourself, well, that's because you're speaking about things, right, that are exposing them and their darkness. Simple as that, right? Simple as that. So sometimes we look so far out. Sometimes you want to look within where you are, where you're living. Check the community around you. Check if it has lodges, right? Okay. Check the buildings, right? Look around you, right? Check the people around you. Is there churches around here, right? Is there Masonic lodges? We gotta be switched on. The scriptures talk about being circumspect, right? Check even the people around you. You could do a little background search. Well, what's this guy involved in? Okay. Does he have any connections with the military or contractors? Some certain things you got to check out. Is he a Satanist? Right? Is he a trafficker? Right? And like I said before, why would you have a school, right next to not just a lodge, 2 lodges, but a mental house? Why would you, bro? It's things like that. It's things like that. That's a giveaway. And it's not just that, it's other things as well. There's other things that are going on as well. But it's whatever's in the darkness shall be brought to light. It's funny how certain people that accuse you of things, they're doing even worse and worse and worse and worse than what they may be accusing you of. A fucking shame. Go to Ephesians 6 and 11. And put on the whole armor of the Most High. Bro, we got to put on this armor. This ain't no joke. Getting bombarded with spirits. Why? Because we're speaking the truth. That's only going to happen if you're speaking this word. That you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. So when we talk about what is tricks, right? And them tricks come in many forms. Tricks, you're doing a lesson. This is old type news. A dog starts barking because the demon just entered into that dog to start barking. Right? You're doing a lesson. Something drops, like something just drops. Because Satan's trying to what? Stop you from doing what you're doing. Alright? Doing a lesson. The doorbell just rings. Because the devil is trying to hinder. That's the wiles of the devil. Alright? As yesterday, same thing. What? As soon as I started a lesson, you had people started making up noise. That's the wiles of the devil. The devil has strategy as well. He strategizes against us. So how more so do we have to strategize in the spirit? Bro, this is real life. This is serious business. Right? For we wrestle not against flesh and blood. This is more than flesh and blood. You have it as you're looking at the person. It's the spirit within that person, the spirit of Satan. All right. It's not the person that's doing that thing. It's the devil behind them. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, the highest. Type in principalities. They're the highest level of demons. Right? And what are them principalities? It's the idols that these people are attached to. That's the principalities, which goes back to the occult. So occultism, it deals with principalities, right? On the left-hand side. Right? The golden, I don't know what they call these from Golden Dawn Order, whatever they call these fraternities. Right? You pray into Lord Betrayer. Well, Lord Betrayer's gonna betray you. Right? And against powers and against the rulers of darkness. So that's what we got to speak up against the powers and the rulers of darkness. This is heavy level stuff. So you have people, that means you have people that rule over darkness. And darkness rules over them. Of this world and against spiritual wickedness in high places. So this starts in the heavens. And whatever happens in the heavens, it plays out upon earth. Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of the Most High, that you may be able to withstand in the evil day, having done all to stand. Gird yourself up. Be observant. All right, this is happening, that's happening. What scripture do I need to combat that particular principality that may be coming at us? That you may be able to withstand in the evil day and having done all to stand. Right? Stand therefore having your loins girt about with truth. So truth is a defense to what? To lies. And that's why they need to that's why certain people, community members that are demonic, need to follow you, because they're part of the occult. And when you're speaking this truth, you're exposing the dark secrets of the occult and how they operate. Right? And having on the breastplate of righteousness. And a lot of the time, we're going to get into it. And your feet shall be preparation of the gospel of peace, above all taking the shield of faith, wherever you shall be able to quench the fiery darts of the wicked. Because them darts get shot every single day. So how do you quench it? By having the word as a shield. Because them darts are being shot. Right? So you quench it through this word. And take the helmet of salvation, the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of the Most High. Praying always with all prayer. Bro. And the beautiful thing about this is, once you get more clued up on what's going on, who's doing what, now you're able to combat that spirit directly. You're able to combat it directly. First, yeah, in the spiritual realm, but that person as well. So now you may have been around, you see particular people when you go out, this person, and you see particular people on the phone, which I want to get to that, Lord willing, quick. Then you're able to make a calculation. This is going on. This also looks like a family, right? Because like I said, you also have families. Some people have small families. Some people have really, really, really big families. And there's a particular pattern I'm starting to see, right? So you always got to pray with all prayer, supplication in the Spirit, watching thereunto with all perseverance and supplication for the saints, right? What you think, there's certain people that don't have connections in the high places, right? It's just like example. I'll give you this example. You have the white in America. You have something called the Aryan Brotherhood, right? In America, and you have the so-called Mexicans, right? Okay, and you have the so-called Negroes, right, within the prison system. Guess who has the connections to the prison? Guess who runs the prisons within America? Guess who? Yes, that's an easy one. It would be the Aryan Brotherhood. Why? Based off their race and nationality, right? The Aryan Brotherhood, which is a white brotherhood, right? And they have connections to law enforcement and all types of things. So, I hope you see where I'm kind of getting with this, right? Because there's certain things certain people can get away with just because the way they look. Now, is this making sense? I'm not going to give away too much, but I hope it's making sense to you, right? That's why, brothers, you got to understand what you're involved in, right? You're teaching this word. There's going to be certain people that try to take you out because what you're speaking about, they don't like it because it's exposing their wickedness. Is there anything else? Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. And a part of the occultic as well, right? The part of the occult. What does it deal with also? It deals with, yes, tech. This is what they're not going to tell you. Because I always wondered to myself, why is it when people are passing, they're always on their phone? They're always looking at their phone. Because remember, in Ephesians 6:11, it said, and against what? Powers of what? Darkness? Well, you do technology, it can be used for darkness as well. Right? Telecommunications. Remember the occultic, they have worldly agencies, satanic agencies, right? So what's BT? BT, telecommunications, Virgin, right? Vodafone. These are worldly agencies, right? So these cults, let me tell you something. They love technology. That's one thing I've realized. These cults, they love technology, right? They believe in something called science, which real science is the scriptures, by the way, are muff, right? So let's go to Revelations. Excuse me just a minute. Revelation 30 and 13. And he doeth great wonders, so he maketh fire to come down from heaven. We went into this many other times. What, that first bomb that got dropped on Yugoslavia, that was the fire that came down from heaven via missiles on the earth in the sight of men. So that was a wonder. Nobody saw that before. And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by means of those miracles. So occultist, what are they able to do? They're able to do miracles. Type in David Blaine. All right, David Blaine, the man was levitating, or had you thinking he was levitating. All right, the man locked himself a few years ago. What did he do? He locked himself in a glass container without any air, so called. Probably it did have air. Remember, these are magicians, right? These are magicians, okay? They deal with the occult practices on the left-hand side. It's called unclean spirits that they tap into. The reason why you have certain men, Buddhists and so forth, that are able to break several amount of bricks with their hands is because they're tapping into left-hand side energy. It's not because they're so strong. Right? It's called unclean spirits. Right? And deceiveth them by means of what? Those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, which is the Roman Empire. Saying to them that went on the earth that you should make an image of the beast, and which had the wound by the sword, which was the Roman Empire, and did live. It says that you should make an image. So what's the image being made today? The mark of the beast. We talk about 5G. Is 5G is what else? We talk about V2K, 5G, all these things, right? Mixed in one, right? And they, like I said, and your occultists, they love it. Your cult members, they love technology because it gives them a full sense of superiority. But we know who's in control. You have a shy, right? And that's how they're able to track you through your phone. And yeah, even when your phone's turned off, we're still able to monitor you. If you don't take out your battery and your chip, they're still able to monitor you. So just because your phone's turned off, they can still hear what you're doing, believe it or not, right? These are cult members. It's a hive mind. It's a demonic network. They all network, but it's demonic. Right? It's demonic. Right? You step out and onto the motorway, cars speeding. It's a demonic network. They all know each other. Right? Because they're demonically connected. I hope this is edifying. I hope this is edifying. So with this, I'm gonna shut off here. Right? And you know what? Even though that's going on, always keep your faith in Yahweh Shai and know that He's under control. All right. Can they manipulate certain things? Right? Yes, they can. But in terms of you being the elect, they can't stop you from being the elect. They can't stop you from your purpose. You teach it, they can't stop you. That's what they're trying to do, because they have a God complex. Right? And part of the occult, they teach you that as well. I'm God, I'm my own God. Right? But they're going to find out soon they're not. Right? When it all comes crashing down. Right? So I want to say this as well. I don't want to speak about it too much. Some of the targeting, things that are going on, the synchronicities, a lot of that is by people also in your communities, right? That are watching you, that are keeping tabs on you. Okay? But don't be paranoid. Go to Job 31:3. Is not destruction to the wicked and a strange punishment to the workers of iniquity? Right? So that's what there's going to be. There's going to be destruction to the wicked and a strange punishment to the workers of iniquity. We ain't going to do that. Yahweh's going to do that. Okay? So this is how occultism, this is how it operates. Right? We speak about spiritual darkness. Well, that's what the occult is. Right? Okay? And a lot of these people, they believe in the teachings of Karl Marx. Right? They believe in his teachings. Right? He had something called the Communist Manifesto. Right? They believe in the teachings of Aleister Crowley. That man was vile. Right? And he got a lot of his teachings from India, by the way. Right? He went all over the world, Aleister Crowley. Egypt, he went all over the world. Right? And who else? You had even a lot of your so-called psychologists. What you bit Sigmund Freud, Kurt Lewin. What do you think they were a part of the occult? Even your favorite physician, or physicist. They were a part of the occult. Edward Teller. You know about Edward Teller, right? And that's how they were able to get their ideas. They got their ideas from Satan. I'm telling you too much now. I better stop. The Aussie and I might come after me. The fuck out of here. But with this, I hope this was edifying. And until the next time, Shalom.